Meditation. Its theory and practice. Part 5. The idea of universality overcomes the barriers of externality and internality created by the mind with reference to the body and the personality, and visualizes all things, including one's own individuality, as organically related to one another in a wider completeness to which there are no such things as subject and object, or the seer and seen, which are the outcome of self-reference by each particular individual in contrast to other individuals and things. The universal is incapable of even imagination, since thought is always subjective and externalizes the object. Thus, the concept of the universal should be regarded as almost an impossibility. But, for purpose of meditation, a conceptual universal may be presented before the mind through the mutual transference of meaning between the subject and object, which would result in three alternatives. 1. Every subject is also an object to others. 2. Every object is a subject to its own self. And 3. There is neither a subject nor object where there is mutual determination among parts of a whole. Every unit of existence may be conceived as a whole in itself, i.e., an organism, self-determined in every way. There can be many such organisms, smaller and bigger in a series, and the universe is the largest organism. To conceive it as it would conceive itself is to be able to think the universal. In meditation, this technique would involve a little effort of thought and of the will to maintain awareness of a transcendence of the subject-object relation in any of the ways suggested above. Since the bodily individuality as a psychophysical organism is maintained mostly by the tension obtaining between itself and others which it regards as objects, any procedure which will overcome or release this tension would be a welcome method of contemplating the universal. The seekers who belong to this last category should indeed be very rare and few in number, for this supernormal thinking is not given to everyone because of the habit of the mind to pin faith in sense objects by isolating them from its own location. The Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita are replete with descriptions of this state of consciousness, wherein the multiformed universal is contemplated. Special mention may be made of the third and the fourth chapters of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the fifth and seventh chapters of the Chandogya Upanishad, the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, as also the description of the Absolute in its 13th chapter. This is the way of jnana, pure knowledge or impersonal meditation. The methods of meditation in bhakti or love and devotion emphasize the personal form of God more than the impersonal, and instead of the fixing of consciousness in its role as pure awareness, as in the path of knowledge, direct emotion as love to the form in which God manifests himself before the contemplative mind. The Vaishnav theology conceives God in a fivefold series of manifestations known as para or the supreme, vyuha or the group, vibhava or the incarnation, archa or the symbol of worship, and the antaryamin or the indwelling. Swami Krishnananda.